Reed stared at the locked door of his family's sprawling Manhattan penthouse, his suitcase heavy in his hand as rain pounded the sidewalk below. His father's words echoed in his mind. "No son of mine will disgrace this family with that lifestyle. Get out and never come back." At 22, freshly outed by a vindictive ex, Reed had nowhere to go. But the fire in his chest told him this rejection was just the beginning of a fight he couldn't afford to lose. He trudged through the storm-soaked streets, his phone buzzing with ignored calls from his mother, who had tearfully begged him to just pretend until things cooled down. But Reed couldn't pretend anymore. Coming out to his parents over dinner had been impulsive, fueled by a mix of courage and desperation after years of hiding. His father, Harlan Whitaker, the billionaire CEO of Whitaker Industries, had built an empire on conservative values and cutthroat business deals. To him, Reed's sexuality wasn't just personal. It was a liability that could tarnish the family name in boardrooms and tabloids alike. By dawn, Reed found himself crashing on the couch of his college friend, Jamie, in a cramped Brooklyn apartment. Jamie, openly gay and unapologetic, wrapped him in a blanket and handed him a mug of cheap coffee. "Your dad's a dinosaur, man. Screw him and his money. You've got talent, use it." Reed nodded, but inside, doubt gnawed at him. He'd been studying architecture at Columbia on his father's dime, dreaming of designing sustainable homes that could change lives. Now, without that support, his future felt as unstable as the rickety fire escape outside the window. Days turned into weeks of scraping by. Reed picked up shifts at a local coffee shop, the kind where artists and activists congregated, sharing stories of resilience. It was there he met Liam, a barista with kind eyes and a quiet strength that drew Reed in like a lifeline. Liam was 25, from a working-class family in Chicago, and had moved to New York to pursue photography while advocating for LGBTQ rights. Their first conversation started over a spilled latte and evolved into late-night walks through the city, where Liam shared his own scars, being disowned by his religious parents at 18. As their bond deepened, Reed felt a spark he hadn't known was possible. Liam wasn't just a rebound. He was a mirror reflecting the parts of Reed that had been suppressed. They spent evenings in Liam's tiny studio, talking about dreams and fears. "Family isn't blood," Liam said one night, his hand tracing Reed's. "It's who shows up when the world turns its back." Reed leaned in, their lips meeting in a kiss that felt like coming home. But even in these moments of joy, the shadow of Harlan loomed. News articles popped up on Reed's feed, Whitaker Industries announcing massive donations to conservative causes, including anti-LGBTQ organizations. It stung, knowing his father's wealth funded the very bigotry that had shattered his life. Tensions escalated when Reed's mother, Elena, secretly reached out. She met him in a discreet cafe, her designer coat a stark contrast to his thrift store jacket. "Your father is stubborn, but he loves you," she whispered, sliding an envelope across the table. Inside was a check for $10,000. "Use it to get back on your feet, but promise me you'll stay quiet. No public scenes." Reed's hands trembled. Part of him wanted to tear it up, but the reality of mounting bills and Liam's encouragement to take what you need to build your own path made him pocket it instead. With the money, Reed enrolled in night classes and started freelancing small design projects. Liam supported him fiercely, introducing him to a network of queer artists who valued authenticity over pedigree. Yet whispers of resentment crept in. Reed overheard Liam on the phone with a friend. "He's got billionaire blood. How hard can it really be for him?" It was a fleeting comment, but it planted seeds of insecurity. Was their relationship built on genuine connection? Or was Reed just another privileged kid playing at independence? One evening, as they attended a pride event in the village, a confrontation brewed. A group of activists protested outside a Whitaker-funded gala nearby, chanting against corporate hypocrisy. Liam joined in, his camera capturing the fervor. Reed hung back, torn between loyalty to his new community and the lingering tie to his family. When a reporter spotted him, "Aren't you Harlan Whitaker's son?" Reed froze. In a panic, he denied it, pulling Liam away. That night, they argued for the first time. "You can't hide forever," Liam said. frustration etching his face. Standing up means risking everything. Reed shot back, "Easy for you to say. You've already lost it all." The words hung heavy, exposing the class divide that simmered beneath their romance. As autumn faded, Reed's designs caught the eye of a progressive architecture firm. They offered him an internship, a chance to prove himself without his father's shadow. But just as hope flickered, Harlan struck again. Through back channels, he pressured the firm to retract the offer, citing conflicts of interest. Reed learned of it from a sympathetic HR contact. "Your dad made it clear. Hiring you would jeopardize our contracts with Whitaker." Rage boiled over. This wasn't just rejection. It was sabotage. Desperate, Reed confronted his father at the family estate upstate, sneaking past security with his mother's help. Harlan sat in his study, surrounded by trophies of conquest. "What do you want, Riadander? More handouts?" Reed demanded answers. "Why can't you let me go? Why destroy my chances?" Harlan's response was cold. "Because you're my son, and I won't let you drag our legacy into the gutter with your choices." The meeting ended in shouts, with Reed vowing to expose Harlan's hypocrisy to the media. As he left, Elena pleaded, "Think of the family. Think of me." Back in Brooklyn, Liam urged caution. Going public could backfire. What if it costs you everything? But Reed, fueled by hurt, leaked details to a journalist friend. The story exploded. Billionaire tycoon's secret war on his gay son. Protests swelled outside Whitaker headquarters. Stocks dipped, and Harlan's image cracked. For a moment, Reed felt empowered, watching his father squirm on national TV, denying the allegations with polished lies. Yet victory tasted bitter. Elena called in tears. "You've ruined us. Your father had a heart episode. He's in the hospital." Guilt crashed over Reed like a wave. Had he gone too far? Liam stood by him, but cracks appeared in their relationship. "I love you," Liam said, "but this fight is consuming you. When does it end?" As winter set in, Reed grappled with the fallout. The internship was reinstated amid the backlash, but colleagues whispered about his drama. More painfully, Harlan disowned him publicly in a press release, cutting all ties. Reed's siblings, once distant, now shunned him entirely. In quiet moments, he wondered if silence would have been kinder, to himself, to his mother, to the fragile life he was building with Liam. One night, over dinner, Liam proposed they move in together, a step toward stability. Reed hesitated, haunted by the choices that had led here. "What if I'm just like him?" he confessed, using anger to control things. Liam squeezed his hand. "You're not, but you have to choose us or the war." The decision loomed as Reed attended a therapy session, recommended by a support group. The counselor probed, "Rejection hurts, but revenge, does it heal?" Reed realized the exposure hadn't brought peace. It had amplified the pain, turning his personal struggle into a spectacle. In the ensuing months, Reed threw himself into work, channeling his turmoil into innovative designs for affordable housing in underserved communities. The firm praised his passion, and for the first time he felt validation earned on merit. Liam's photography career blossomed too, with exhibitions featuring portraits of queer resilience, including one of Reed that captured his vulnerability and strength. Their shared apartment became a sanctuary, filled with laughter and late-night debates about art and activism. But shadows persisted. Harlan's health scare had been exaggerated. A stress-induced episode, not life-threatening, but it lingered as a weapon in family communications. Elena sent sporadic messages, a mix of love and accusation. "I miss my boy, but you've made it impossible." Reed replied sparingly, torn between forgiveness and self-preservation. His siblings, influenced by Harlan, echoed the disdain, one sister texting, "Dad's right, you're selfish. Think of the jobs at stake if the company tanks." Social conflicts intensified when Reed and Liam attended a fundraiser for LGBTQ youth. There, Reed encountered an old family acquaintance, a board member at Whitaker, who pulled him aside. "Your father's donations to those groups were business, not personal. Cut the crusade, kid, and he might welcome you back." The offer dangled. Reconciliation in exchange for silence. Reed refused, but the encounter stirred doubt. Was he fighting for justice or personal vendetta? Liam noticed the shift. "You're pulling away," he said during a walk in Central Park, leaves crunching underfoot. Reed admitted his fears. What if exposing him was wrong? It hurt Mom, the employees, innocent people. Liam paused, his expression softening. Accountability isn't wrong, but holding on to hate, that might be. Their conversation deepened their bond, leading to vulnerable admissions. Liam shared his own regrets, cutting off his family entirely, wondering if bridges could have been mended. A turning point came when a viral op-ed from a former Whitaker employee praised Reed's courage, revealing internal discrimination, sparked a wave of support, but also backlash. Online trolls targeted Reed, dredging up his privileged upbringing. "Cry me a river, rich boy. Real gays don't have daddy's safety net." The comments stung, highlighting the intersection of class and sexuality. Liam defended him fiercely on social media, but it strained their relationship. "I didn't sign up to be your shield," Liam confessed one heated night. "This is our life, not a battlefield." Amid the chaos, Reed received an unexpected invitation. A meeting with Harlan at a neutral location, a quiet diner in Queens. Accompanied by Liam for support, Reed arrived wary. Harlan looked older, the lines on his face etched deeper. No apologies came, but a proposal. "I'll fund your education anonymously. No strings. If you retract the story and stay out of the spotlight." Reed's heart raced. It was a lifeline to finish his degree, secure his future. But retracting meant betraying his truth. Liam, waiting outside, sensed the temptation. "Don't do it for the money," he urged later. "We've built this without him." Yet Reed wavered, imagining the stability it could bring. In a moment of weakness, he considered accepting, rationalizing it as pragmatism over pride. The decision sparked their biggest fight. "You're choosing him over us," Liam yelled, storming out. Alone, Reed realized how far the rift had grown. Reconciliation with Liam came slowly, through honest talks and shared therapy. But the offer haunted Reed, a test of his values. Society's pressures weighed in. Friends advised taking the money, use it to help others, while activists warned against compromise. The internal conflict peaked at a panel discussion where Reed spoke on family rejection. A question from the audience. Is forgiveness possible when it means silencing yourself? Reed had no easy answer. As spring approached, Harlan upped the ante, leaking counterstories portraying Reed as ungrateful and manipulative. Tabloids ran with it. Spoiled heir bites the hand that fed him. Public opinion split, with some sympathizing with Harlan's traditional values. Reed's internship suffered. Clients hesitated, fearing association with controversy. Liam's exhibition faced boycotts from conservative galleries, collateral damage from the feud. In desperation, Reed met Elena privately. She revealed Harlan's vulnerabilities. A lonely man shaped by his own rigid upbringing, afraid of losing control. "He regrets the words, but pride stops him," she said. Tears flowed as Reed hugged her, the first warmth in months. But it complicated everything, humanizing his father without excusing him. Back home, Liam proposed a radical idea. "Let's leave New York, start fresh somewhere his influence can't reach." The suggestion appealed, a chance to escape the cycle. Yet Reed resisted, tied to the city and his burgeoning career. Their differing visions clashed. Liam craved peace, Reed sought vindication. The breaking point arrived when Reed discovered Liam had been offered a photography grant in San Francisco. A dream opportunity. "I turned it down for you," Liam admitted. Guilt surged. Reed had become the anchor holding them back. In a tearful conversation, he encouraged Liam to go. "Don't sacrifice for my mess." But Liam refused. "We're in this together or not at all." Summer brought sweltering heat to the city, mirroring the intensity of Reed's internal storm. With Liam's support, he declined Harlan's offer publicly via a blog post, affirming his commitment to authenticity. The response was mixed. Applause from the community, condemnation from traditionalists. Whitaker's stock stabilized, but Harlan's silence spoke volumes. A door seemingly closed forever. Reed's designs gained traction, landing him a project redesigning a community center for queer youth. It felt poetic, turning pain into purpose. Liam captured the process in photos, their collaboration reigniting the spark. Yet underlying tensions simmered. Reed's therapy uncovered deep-seated resentment, not just toward Harlan, but society at large, for forcing queer individuals to choose between family and self. A family wedding amplified the divide. His cousin's invitation arrived, with a note. "Dad says you're welcome if you come alone and behave." The implication, hide himself, infuriated Reed. He declined, but Elena's pleas followed. "It's a chance to mend fences." Liam encouraged attending. "Show them who you are." In the end, Reed went solo, a compromise that felt like betrayal. At the event, whispers followed him. Harlan ignored him entirely, but an uncle pulled him aside. "Your lifestyle is a phase. Come back to the fold." The condescension fueled Reed's resolve, but seeing his family's unity without him cracked his armor. On the drive home, he called Liam in tears. "They act like I'm the villain." Liam's voice steadied him. "You're not, but maybe forgiveness starts with you." The incident sparked a chain of events. Inspired, Reed organized a workshop on family reconciliation in queer communities, drawing diverse stories. One participant, a father regretting his rejection, mirrored Harlan's potential path. It humanized the enemy, challenging Reed's black and white view. Meanwhile, Liam's career stalled amid the backlash. A major client pulled out, citing distractions. Blame hovered unspoken between them. "This is because of me," Reed said. Liam denied it, but the strain showed. They sought couples counseling, unpacking how class and privilege intersected their love. Liam admitted envy. "You had everything, lost it, but still have options I never did." Reed countered with his isolation. "Money doesn't buy belonging." A controversial twist emerged when a whistleblower from Whitaker contacted Reed anonymously. Documents revealed Harlan's company had lobbied against LGBTQ protections while profiting from diverse markets. Reed faced a dilemma: expose it and risk further family destruction, or let it go for peace. Friends split. Some urged action for the greater good, others warned of Pyrrhic victory. Liam advocated restraint. "You've won by living openly. More exposure just perpetuates hate." But activists pushed, "Silence enables oppression." The choice weighed heavily, especially as Harlan's health rumors resurfaced. Genuine this time, a minor stroke. In a moment of clarity, Reed met Harlan in the hospital, uninvited. The billionaire looked frail, tubes snaking from his arm. No grand reconciliation, just quiet words. "I didn't choose this," Reed said. Harlan rasped. "Neither did I, being your father in a world that judges." It was the closest to vulnerability either had shown. Leaving, Reed felt a shift. Not absolution, but understanding. He chose not to release the documents, prioritizing healing over retribution. The decision sparked debate in his circle. Was it strength or surrender? As fall returned, Reed and Liam planned a trip to Chicago, visiting Liam's estranged family. The parallel wasn't lost. Bridging gaps required courage. Liam's parents, softened by time, welcomed them tentatively. It inspired hope, but also highlighted Reed's unresolved pain. Back in New York, a surprise. Elena visited their apartment, bearing olive branches. "Your father is stubborn, but he's reading books on this stuff." Small steps, but meaningful. Reed introduced Liam proudly, the moment charged with emotion. Yet harmony proved elusive. Harlan's recovery brought a return to form, subtle manipulations, like funding rival projects to undercut Reed's work. Frustration mounted, testing Reed's resolve. In a heated therapy session, Reed confronted his regret. Exposing him felt right then, but now, it changed nothing. The counselor posed, "Regret teaches. What will you do differently?" Winter's chill mirrored the cooling of Reed's activism. He focused inward, nurturing his relationship and career. The community center project neared completion, a beacon of inclusivity. Liam's photos of the build went viral, drawing positive attention that overshadowed past scandals. But societal conflicts persisted. A national debate on conversion therapy bans put Whitaker in the spotlight again, with Harlan's past donations resurfacing. Protesters targeted Reed. "Your silence now makes you complicit." The pressure mounted, forcing him to speak out mildly, without new revelations. It satisfied some, alienated others. Liam's grant opportunity resurfaced, this time with relocation optional. He accepted, excitement tempered by Reed's hesitation. "We can make it work long distance if needed," Liam said. But the words hung like a threat to their unity. Family dynamics shifted when Harlan invited Reed to a private dinner. No business, just talk. Skeptical, Reed attended with Liam's blessing. Harlan opened up slightly. "I built this empire for you kids. Seeing it threatened scared me." Reed shared his journey. "Rejection scared me more. No hugs, but a truce." Harlan agreed to halt interference, Reed to avoid public attacks. The agreement felt precarious, tested when a tabloid twisted it into "Billionaire buys son's silence." Outrage flared, with Liam questioning, "Did you make a deal?" Trust frayed, leading to nights apart. Reed realized his choices rippled, affecting those he loved most. Rebuilding took effort. They volunteered together at shelters, finding common ground in service. Reed's designs incorporated Liam's input, blending art and architecture. Intimacy returned, rooted in mutual respect. A major conflict arose with a corporate merger, Whitaker partnering with a firm known for discriminatory practices. Insiders tipped Reed off. Torn, he confronted Harlan. "This contradicts everything." Harlan defended, "Business is business." Reed leaked it anonymously, sparking boycotts. Stocks plummeted, Harlan furious. "You broke our truce." The fallout was swift. Elena cut contact, siblings vilified him. Liam, caught in the crossfire, lost a collaboration due to association. "Was it worth it?" he asked, pain evident. Reed defended, "For the community, yes." But doubt crept in. Had principle become obsession? Therapy revealed patterns. Reed's need for control mirrored Harlan's. "You're both fighting the same fear, loss," the counselor said. Enlightenment came slowly, through journaling and talks with Liam. As spring bloomed, reconciliation efforts resumed. Reed apologized to Harlan via letter, acknowledging mutual hurts. Harlan responded curtly, "Time will tell." Small gestures followed, anonymous donations to Reed's Center from Whitaker funds. Liam and Reed celebrated their anniversary with a quiet vow: prioritize each other. Yet external pressures loomed. A documentary producer approached, wanting Reed's story. Accepting meant reopening wounds, declining, missing advocacy opportunities. The decision crystallized during a pride parade. Surrounded by joy and struggle, Reed saw the bigger picture. He agreed to the doc, but on terms emphasizing healing over sensationalism. Liam supported, "Your voice matters." Harlan's reaction was predictable, legal threats to block it. The battle reignited, but Reed stood firm, backed by community solidarity. In quieter moments, regret surfaced. "What if I'd stayed silent from the start?" Reed mused to Liam. "We'd be different people," Liam replied. "Better? Who knows?" Summer's warmth brought tentative peace. The documentary aired to acclaim, portraying Reed's journey with nuance, rejection, resilience, and the gray areas of family. Viewers debated online. Some hailed him a hero, others criticized his privilege. Harlan issued a statement: "Private matters should stay private," but notably absent was denial. Reed's career soared. The center opened to fanfare, serving hundreds. Liam's work complemented it, exhibitions drawing crowds. Their relationship strengthened. Plans for marriage whispered in intimate moments. Yet scars remained. Elena reconciled gradually, visiting often. Harlan stayed distant, but ceased sabotage. Siblings thawed slightly, one brother admitting, "Dad's old school. Maybe you're right." Societal shifts influenced. Laws advanced, Corporations like Whitaker adopted inclusive policies, partly due to pressure from Reed's actions. He wondered if change justified the personal cost. A final confrontation occurred at a charity gala. Harlan attended. Reed was a speaker. Their eyes met across the room. Post-event, they talked privately. "I'm proud of what you've built," Harlan conceded gruffly. "Without me," Reed nodded. "Because of you, in a way. No full apology, but acknowledgement." "Back home?" Liam asked. "Regret anything?" Reed reflected. The exposure, the fights, the choices that strained bonds. Some days, yes, but it led here. As years blurred, Reed looked back on that rainy night. The rejection had sparked a chain of events. Love found, battles fought, lessons learned. He and Liam built a life of purpose, advocating quietly now. But in quiet reflection, the what-ifs lingered. Had vengeance been necessary, or could quiet defiance have sufficed? Was Reed's decision to expose his father ultimately the right one, true or false?